At this point, you should have the chord progression under your fingers so that you can manipulate through the chord progression. And it's critically important that you work on your rhythm so that you can keep the rhythm going. Uh, Often I see students, they'll practice something and they'll start something, and if it gets off a little bit, they'll stop and start over again. That's not possible in the real world. So you have to practice in such a way that you train yourself how to keep going and how to adjust if you get off a little bit, how to come back in time with a piece of music. You can't, in the middle of a performance, if you're playing with a band or playing in a restaurant or a nightclub or whatever it might be, just stop partially through the song and start over. So you don't understand how critical that is when you're not as experienced, but as you get more experienced, you'll have a better understanding of that. And that's another reason why in the recommended resources there's a Jamie Aebersold play along disc that has Wave and most of the great Joe Beam classics on it, and it's a great rhythm section, and it's a really good way to practice something like this. You can play along with the CD, and if you happen to stop or get confused, the musicians keep going, so it trains you to be able to jump back on the bus, and ride it out. In any case, let's look at the melody to Wave. What we're going to do is we would have been on our vamp. And this is the 5 chord just before the melody comes in. We're going to play it on the 3rd string. We're going to start out on B on the 4th fret, to D on the 7th fret. The 6th fret is our C sharp, and then we're going to play the A on the 4th string with our pinky. And we're going to hit this D major 7th chord, 4 middle strings. And we went over this voicing earlier. And then we're going to hit that note right there, the F sharp. We're already holding it, so we'll go like. And here's our diminished chord, our B flat diminished chord. And on top of it, we've got the E note. And we're just going to put our pinky down now on the G on the 2nd string. And there's, while we're still holding this chord, so it'll sound like. Now I took this diminished scale up on the 1st string, and there's an E diminished. And the E diminished, I'm not sure if we went over this voicing. On the 5th string, the 1st and 6th strings are dead. The 5th string has the E with my 2nd finger. The 4th string has the B flat with my 3rd finger. 1st finger's on the C sharp on the 3rd string, and the pinkies on the 2nd string on the 8th fret, holding down a G. So now what we've got is I'm going to slide it down a half step, and then I'm going to hit an A minor just with a bar. I'm not using any of these fingers, but don't do any contorted thing. Sometimes it's a little tough to see. I know what my fingers are doing on the video, but it's real world, If you were sitting right across from me, it'd be the same thing, So it's good to get used to watching somebody's hand in the kind of position that you're seeing, because it's real worldish, and after a while you'll recognize these voicings. So here we are so far. Here's another diminished chord. this one's on the 5th fret, and these fingers are on the 4th fret, 1 and 2. They're on the 2nd and 4th strings. 4th string is, this is just the top 4 strings that I'm playing. So the every other string. So I've got F sharp and E flat. Now I'm going to stick C and A on the 1st and 3rd strings with 3rd and 4th fingers. So that's what it sounds like. It's the top 4 strings. So now I've got it goes up to B there with the pinky. Here's a G major 9th. You know this voicing, but this is on the top 4 strings. It's the exact same voicing, but it's on the top 4 strings. So just like our A minor that we played, the top 4 strings at the 5th fret, then I'm going to add the 3rd and 4th fingers on the 2nd and 3rd strings on the 7th fret. Then I added that part of the melody. So it's like so I went oops. There's a G minor 9th. I'm holding a bar here, and this is on the 5th fret on the 1st string. That's the A note with my pinky. So we went. There's our F sharp dominant. Here's our B7. Then I'm going to go. This is a little blues riff in the key of B minor. It's B, A on the 1st string. A pull off on the F to E. I had a B minor there. And I went on the 4th string, I started on the B. And on the 3rd string is the D, E. There's my B flat 7. I'm playing the top two notes on the 2nd and 3rd string. And there's so I'm going from, that's the C note on the 3rd string. So that's like the flat 5. That goes from A flat to G on the 4th string. And there's the F on the 5th string. So that's the A section of the melody. Like at letter A, it does it twice, and then letter C does the same thing.